Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Shashank. I'm a data analyst. I work for Nordstrom in the United States, and I do this live stream every Thursday and Friday in order to just give people some advice on anything that they might be looking for in the world of analytics. So I talk about analytics and data science for the most part. I myself am on a journey to become a data scientist, and I work in analytics currently as a data analyst. So let me pull up this live stream on my phone too. Where are we? Your videos. Not that one. And everyone can hear me, right? I just want to make sure that I am audible. Very cool. There we go. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and start answering some questions. Suggest some projects in the finance domain. Hey, what's up, babe? Okay, so Rahul's asking suggest some projects in the finance domain. Okay, so yeah, what would you? I mean, I guess the most obvious one would be a stock market predictor. Hey, what's up, Vibe? Thank you so much for being a new subscriber. And welcome anyone who isn't a subscriber or is a new subscriber or is an old one. Everyone is welcome over here. Perfect, perfect. I'm glad that everyone can hear me. Thank you so much, Ivan. All right, so some projects in the finance domain. Okay, so that's a little bit of an interesting one. Obviously, the most obvious one is like stock market predictions, right? And if you're at all interested, then there is this Quantopian lecture series, which basically talks about what Quantopian, which is um, it was a service that existed and was taken down, not taken down, but they like shut it down, which was basically a like social quant platform. So quant as in like quantitative finance platform. So you can go ahead and check this out. There's a lot of stuff over here for if you want to do a little bit of quant finance. Rahul, is there anything else that you could think of? I can also talk. I also think that like dashboards are a great way to start in finance. I hope I'm answering your question, by the way. I personally don't work that much with finance, but finance loves dashboards. And I think that if you want to do something more machine learning heavy, then the most obvious thing is a stock market predictor, which is available over here in that link I provided in the chat. All right. Let's see. What is the most? Oh, so Mohammed, what is the most complicated thing you do in Tableau that many jobs request? Hmm. The most complicated thing I do in Tableau that many jobs request is trying to display an Excel spreadsheet in Tableau. So what happens is a lot of people, especially finance people, they are so used to seeing everything in an Excel spreadsheet, they expect everything to be in that format all the time. And trying to convince people that an Excel spreadsheet format is not good for Tableau, or if they're that insistent on it, trying to format Tableau to work like Excel is probably the most difficult thing I do in Tableau on a regular basis. Harsha, can you show us how to build a resume for entry-level data analysts or for campus placements? 100%. I know I've been promising this video for a long time. I do apologize. I've been a little bit less active over the last week or last couple of weeks because I'm actually moving soon. So I went to go tour the city I'm moving to, and I also had a friend's wedding last week, and I have another wedding to go to next week. So the last couple of weeks have been a little bit busy. I'm really hoping to dedicate this weekend to the YouTube channel and possibly crank out a couple of videos at once. So yes, I will definitely make a video on that. All right, what do we got here? Oh yes, Ivan, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. I hate making Excel spreadsheets in Tableau, but sometimes someone high enough up in finance, usually finance, requests it, and you just got to do it. Lovely Gallardo in the background. Yeah, so this is from a book fair I went to like years ago when I was like a little kid. So I'm actually in my childhood room right now. I'm back in my parents' house for a bit, but I'm going to be moving out to a new city soon, and I'll take you guys along on that journey. I don't know how interested people would be in that, but I'll see if I can put like a data science spin on it. So Harsha, sorry to answer your question. Yes, I will make a video on that. I do apologize for taking so long to have that video come out. So such, hi, is an econ degree, Udemy courses, data certification, data analyst bootcamp, and project notes for the entry level. Yeah, so such, I think that's actually more than enough, honestly. I actually look very highly on people with economics degrees who can program, because one, those two things are not particularly common skills to have together. But more importantly, um, the at the end of the day, like the difficult thing about data science is taking the world as it exists, which is not a very data friendly place, and converting all of that into data. And that's what economics is all about, right? Economics is all about taking different phenomenon, like natural, like human actions, and converting it into some kind of mathematical formula that can explain, that can generalize what people are doing for predictive power in the future. So I think that you're on the right track. All right, what do we got? Groovy Terma, do a vlog of your move to the new city if that's your kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna think. Oh, did you watch Squid Games yet? My girlfriend told me about it, and I really want to watch it right now. It looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of debating the whole vlog thing. I don't. It's interesting because I think I don't see much of a value in a lot of vlogs. Whereas, like, the thing I like about my channel is I really truly do believe that what I am doing right now is providing a lot of value for people. Oh, your voice is not clear. Is anyone else having um, issues hearing me? Did your stream start earlier? Did I get notified late? I believe this is the time I normally start. I normally start at 10 o'clock Central. Yes, of course, such. Okay, so. Oh yeah, in reference to a vlog, yeah, I might do it. I'm kind of like debating whether I want to do that to my channel. It would be fun for me, but I don't know if it would be much of a value add for all of you guys. And if it's not a value add for you guys, then it doesn't it doesn't push up numbers in the right way, and I might as well not even do it. But still debating it. Okay, Ivan, looking to building operating metrics. Any good reads, resources, pointers? Um, when you say operating, do you mean like operational metrics? I would still recommend Storytelling with Data. That's my number one recommended book. Um, Another one is Lean Six Sigma Toolkit. I'm trying to see if I have a copy of it here. I don't see it on my bookshelf. Like getting the right metrics to like simplify and smoothify your operations. And so I highly, highly recommend that book, Lean Six Sigma Toolkit. So Ivan, I hope that's helpful. Okay, perfect. It's clear. Pranav, yeah, yes, my YouTube channel is monetized. Yes. Operator as in a someone on a software application. Would you mind rephrasing your question? I'm not too sure I'm following, Ivan. In the meanwhile, I'll go to the next question. Okay, Sharangan112. How hard is it to get a junior data scientist role with only a master's in business analytics and no experience? For people with no experience to get jobs, and a lot of people they have advanced degrees but no experience. And I know people with advanced degrees and no experience who don't get the jobs they get are not amazing. So I think you're if you're lucky, I think if you're lucky, or if you're an extremely high performer, you can get a great job right out of college, right? Um, but I would recommend, yeah, going for a junior data scientist role, or if you can't get that, get a data analyst role and work your ass off into data science at that company, and make sure you get that title. So what I would say is don't hang your cap on your master because people don't care that much. And that's not to be offensive to you. It's an unfortunate thing that like recruiting and what colleges do are like they're not like talking to each other well enough, and we all get caught up in that all of that. And at the end of the day, you still need that 4 year degree. um, but the work I do is so far removed from my recruiting, from what I did in college, that you might as well say I might as well have not gone. And no experience, don't have the business skills necessary to actually succeed. And a lot of them, they hang their cap on their degree. So what I'm saying to you is, if you have your degree, that's amazing. You have the potential to go really, really far, but don't depend on your degree really. Depend on your own like intelligence and your own smartness to get you a job and move up very quickly. And always ask yourself, how can I bring value to the business? So it's a little bit of a me and my girlfriend were talking about it because she's a bachelor's, but she works with a bunch of like JDs and like MBAs. Um, and a common complaint that people have is that just because you have a degree doesn't mean you actually like are a good worker or are like business intelligent. And then the funny thing is, that's what an MBA is supposed to teach you, but it really doesn't in many cases. Um, so that's I think it can be a bit difficult, but once you get that first foot in the door, then it's all no one cares about the degree anymore. It's purely about your experience. So that's what I would say. That's a really long way of going about it. All right. Harsha, thanks for the response to your video. Looking forward to becoming a data. Of course, of course. Chris Kennedy, welcome, welcome. Aditya, great to see you. Okay, so Ivan, operator as in someone who's someone on a software application. Oh, user metrics. Okay. Let's see. So I've never actually read any books on user metrics. I apologize. I actually can't help you out there. Storytelling with data is a great way to present data, but actually like gathering user metrics, I kind of just like I've never read a book on it. I just read online whenever I want to do it. I find I would definitely say I get a lot of I get a lot of people asking they should read. I think books can be good, but I find that they have after a while their like usefulness becomes very limited in the field because so much of the useful information is available for free on the internet. That's not to say books aren't useful at all. Just that don't get too caught up in reading a bunch of books because without application, because so much of the knowledge necessary to perform well is just available straight up on the internet. But I do apologize, Ivan. I don't think I have a great answer for your question except for maybe storytelling with data because I haven't read many books in that space. Okay. Abhishek Sharma, I'm really bad at understanding calculus. I want to be a data scientist, but fear they never use calculus in their daily lives. You might have to know calculus for optimization problems if you're a machine learning engineer. But being a data scientist is not all about machine learning, and I would actually say a strong base in statistics is significantly more important than calculus. Speaking of which, I saw this funny meme the other day. Let's see. Data science statistics dinosaur meme. I don't know if I'm trying to see if I can find it. No, I don't really see it anywhere. All right, let's keep going. M. Usama, I am new into this field. Can you recommend some good source where I can learn all of the IMMP libraries, important libraries? Yes, go to my YouTube channel, right? So this is advice for everyone, and people that are regular listeners to my channel will already know about this. Go to my YouTube channel. So let's see under your videos. Whoops, that's a studio. I need to go to my channel. Go to my channel, go to videos, and under videos, go all the way down, and then you'll see a free Tableau course, a free Python course, and a free SQL course. This free Python course I created, 3 hours of free content, and notes to go with it too, has all of the content you need to get started in analytics. And it goes over NumPy. I don't go over scikit-learn, but I go over NumPy, I go over pandas. I think I do a little bit of matplotlib, I may not. And I'll probably put out a course on like basic sklearn a little bit later. But I highly recommend that, and I think that is I'm biased, but I think that's the best resource out there. So whose question was that? M. Usama, I recommend that to you. Jin Young, great to see you. How to lie with statistics, signal, and noise might be a good complement to data science. If you want to actually practice data science, it's a solid overview of the field. So definitely I would recommend that. Thank you so much, Jin Young. Oh man, all right, let's see. All right. So let me go back to answering the questions. Where are we? Okay, so Bapatla Bhargav, which college would you suggest for Masters in Data Science or ML? So here's what I would say. I can't tell you what college it is because I don't want to give people I try and avoid giving people advice like you should do this, you should do that, except for you should learn Python and you should learn SQL and Tableau, or some BI tool. And I want people to out of these live streams, I want people to understand how to think. Because at the end of the day, and this is a little bit of a tangent, that's kind of like that's what's missing a lot from the corporate world, really. I interview candidates for my this company and my first company, and what we're missing from candidates more than anything is critical thinking skills, where people have the education system has been so like systematized that people aren't out there like or I think it's two things. One, the education system has been incredibly systematized, and the internet has made it to where people don't need to know basics anymore, which is okay because like you can like look stuff up, um, and because of that, we like knowing how to think will help you significantly more than like just getting a straight up answer. To answer your question about which college you should go to, I would say find a couple of colleges you're interested in, look at their syllabus, and see, okay, does the syllabus teach me the skills I need to be successful? And is it are these applications practical if I'm interested in that? Maybe you want to become a research data scientist, in which case you might want to learn more like edge skills, which are less practical but like better for research. But I would recommend going to different syllabi, like looking at the syllabus online and actually seeing, okay, like, is this a skill I need to know? Do I need to know this? Do I need to know that? And then I would also, one piece of advice I'd heard is that if you're able to, go to a data science program, because a lot of schools these days are just rebranding different programs and like stuffing stuff together and calling it data science. Go to a school whose data science program is a part of the time. So that's a couple of things I would look for, but I'm not going to recommend a specific college. M. Musab, I'm new into this field. Okay, so I already answered that question. Ivan. Okay, Abhishek. Okay, so let's see. Uh, CF Garcia, great to see you. Of course, Bhargav. I'm so happy that everyone's so like open to so because open to advice because on these live streams I also like to like talk about some like general advice I like to give too. And I try and avoid giving just like you should do that type of things because again I think at the end of the day you need to make your own decisions and I just want to be here to help inform those decisions, be one source of information for those decisions. All right, what's the next question? Abhishek Rajivan. As a data analyst, how much statistics is really used? I have seen a lot of courses where this stat is part taught, but when you have to product. Yeah, okay. So as a like inference statistics, um, so yes, I would say in most data analyst jobs, the statistics is not particularly complicated. If you were watching my practical statistics for data scientist course over here, so and great job, guys. We got this one to 55,000 views. Excellent. More than happy about that. I'm also surprised that like my second most viewed video is another data cleaning video. So yeah, let's keep pumping up the numbers on that one. I'll make more of those because I think does anyone know my data cleaning challenges? But sorry, to answer your question, Abhishek, this video over here, Practical Statistics for Data Scientist Chapter 1, this has probably like most of the statistics you'll need as a data analyst. It's all like very basic EDA stuff. So I recommend that. Hi, Beast of Data. How are you? I'm doing well, man. How are you? Uh, could you give us the steps to learn data analysis or a roadmap? Yeah, yeah. So, oh, hey, what's up, Mega? Great to see you again. Thank you so much. I'm so happy whenever we have like regulars just come in and drop off and say like, yo, hey, what's up? Um, so, Afri CA, best advice I'd give you, learn a BI tool. I personally pick Tableau because every company I've gone to use Tableau, but Power BI is amazing too. Learn a language like Python or R, and then learn SQL. If you know those three things, you will have significantly more experience, or you will have significantly more skills than I had when I became a data analyst. I didn't know any of the stuff when I became a data analyst, and I was very lucky to be able to just learn it on the job. But that's what I would recommend. Do those three things. Um, yes, yes, that's what I would recommend. And then I also think that this practical statistics for data scientists chapter one, I think this is a great starting point as well. All right, let me go back to answering questions in order. You guys will see I sometimes like jump around a little bit. So guys, I'll be logging off at around when this clock in the bottom right corner hits like 10:50 ish, about then. If you have any questions and you want me to answer them immediately, feel free to send me a super chat. And if you send me a super chat, I answer those questions instantly. Because we always have too many questions for me to answer. But there are also like there's oftentimes people in the chat like helping answer the questions is really great. Okay, so Abdel Rahman Mustafa, can data scientists work as a freelancer or it must be a full-time job? I think a data scientist can be a freelancer, 100%. Yeah, there's a reason a data scientist can't be a freelancer. Which RDBMS database is best for data analysis? I think I personally like Postgres the most. I guess I'm wondering like what's the intent of your question? Personally, I like Postgres the most. Rahul Aladi, how is your data analyst, data scientist transition journey going on? What project are you working on? Answer only if you are comfortable. Hey, well, thank you so much. So I am currently talking to my boss right now. So I haven't. So my girlfriend was telling me, Sean, you should just like directly ask to get like get a data scientist title. So I'm going to be trying that sometime soon. Like I've been like I guess I haven't directly said, "Hey, boss, I want to become a data scientist." I guess I do need to say that. I'm more on track to be promoted to. So at Nordstrom we have data analyst 1, 2, 3, and senior. But our data and I'm a data analyst 3. But our data analyst 3s are more similar to like data analyst seniors at most companies. And like a data analyst senior is like a principal in many companies. And so I'm more like on route to becoming a data analyst senior at some point in time. I think maybe like yeah, I'm not too sure. I guess I can attach a timeline to it, but I would rather become a data scientist. And I've said that to my boss, but I haven't been very clear about like what do I do to become a data scientist. We luckily have this thing called a talent framework, which talks about all the different skills you need to be in any different technical role. And I believe I qualify for most of the things to be a data scientist, but I think I just have to be more direct about it. So yeah, I think the journey is going well as far as like learning the skills necessary, but until I actually get the position, I have no idea, how close I am to it. All right. Aaron Murthan, after PCA analysis, do we use top components as our new variables? Yes, normally you do. Correct. Christopher Akaba, Squid Games. Yes, I already answered that. S. Siva Santosh. I think I've seen you on one of my live streams before. How do you make the transition from software development to data analyst? And suggestions will be helpful. I would, if I were you, then I would learn Python, specifically Pandas. So even if you already know Python as a software developer, excuse me, even if you already know Python as a software developer, the stuff you need to know as a data analyst or scientist is very different. And that's why I would recommend going to my Python boot camp over here. I would also recommend learning SQL very well if you don't already know it. And then learning a BI tool. Once you learn those three things, and the good thing is if you're a software developer, they should be relatively easy to pick up, then you can start putting that on your resume. And I would recraft your resume as a data analyst resume. Talk less about the technical projects you've finished and talk more about the analytics that go behind your job. Because software developers do a lot of analytics a lot of the time without even knowing it. Everything from like measuring user statistics to like seeing how many times software has failed in a given amount of time, building dashboards for that. And I would see if I were you, build some dashboards at your workplace. So it'd be like, okay, let's so say you're an app developer, right? And you could build like a dashboard on like, okay, user statistics, how many times has the app failed, how many like pings do I get from users, stuff like that. So that's some advice I would give you. Vaibhav Sani. I'm a commerce graduate, been working in sales all my career, have started a course in DSMLAI. What things could I concentrate on to have a successful career transition? Python or R, pick Python or R, SQL, and a BI tool. I think those three skills will get you a job in data analysis. And from there, the route becomes fairly self-evident. You kind of like look around your company and see how you could like move into other things. I might sound like a broken record talking about these skills, but honestly, if someone came to me and said they knew these three things very well, I would not have a problem unless they had some like major like personality deficiencies. I would have no problem hiring them. Because Brian Salazar, I have an interview for product analysis position tomorrow. I've been practicing for 5 months. I feel like I don't know anything. Any tips? No, I feel you. I feel you. It's a lot of times we feel like we don't know as much as we actually do. I would recommend writing down bullet points of your answers. And I would recommend tomorrow in the interview, don't feel like you have to answer a question immediately. be more than open to saying, "Give me a second to think about that." Tell the interviewer, "Give me a second to think about that." Walk them through your thought process. Be very calm. At the end of the day, I think it's better to be slow, calm, and accurate in your responses than fast, inaccurate, and nervous. So speak very slowly in measured tones, but show some excitement too. Don't sound like a dullard. Um, and I think that's what I would recommend. That's probably the best advice I could give. Oh wow. Oh hey, what's up, Paulus? Yes, everyone, make sure you like this live stream to support it, please. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Raw vlogs, yo yo, what's up, man? Guillermo Santos, man, your drunk video doing a cow competition was the best. Do it again. Yeah. I had a lot of fun doing that. I don't see why I couldn't do that again. I'm gonna screenshot this over here, and I'm gonna take a photo of that too. I'm very glad that you guys like that. Where are you? I need a camera though. I'm not on my Mac anymore, so I can just transfer this easily. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Uh, no Ha Trong. Can you tell me how to pronounce your name? I'm guessing it's a Vietnamese name. But if you could you like phonetically tell me how to pronounce your name? I'd like to say it correctly. How to practice databases when I don't have any real database? Go to my SQL course right over here. I have a SQL. Like, go to my YouTube channel, right? So this is my YouTube channel. Go to videos. Oh, whoops. Go to my YouTube channel. Go to videos. Make sure you subscribe first. But then after you subscribe, go down to my SQL course. In my SQL course, I give you a database that you can practice out of. So that's what I'd recommend. A couple of so Guillermo. No, Noah Trong. Hopefully I answered your question. And make sure to send me a pronunciation of your name as well, please. Um, Guillermo Santos. Speaking from Brazil here, I have a couple of data science projects on Medium. Can I send you in link? All right, let's see what else we got. And just as a heads up, at 10:50, I'm going to be heading out. So if you want me to answer your question immediately, feel free to send me a super chat. Where am I? What question am I at? Okay, I finished Brian's question. Okay, Yask Kumboje. Hello, sir. I have a stammering problem. Does it affect my software engineering career? I don't believe so. I believe that I believe that you'll have to find some way to communicate with people past your stammering problem. Like, is it like a natural stammering, like you were like born with a stammering problem? If so, then I mean, at least the way I see it, you're more than within your rights to tell people like or I don't know if you should apologize or not, but like, hey guys, I'm sorry, but like I have a bit of a stammering issue, so give you some grace while I go through this presentation. I like to say that, give you some grace. Um, it's a very southern way of saying like from the American South. It's a very southern way of saying like, hey, like cut me some slack. Um, my son had the same poster from his book fair, but purple. Yeah, so I got that poster when I was like 10 years old. So like 16 years ago. My God, wow, it's been a long time. Uh, let's see. Bapacha Bargov. Is it important to learn NoSQL or is SQL sufficient? I believe SQL is sufficient. Honestly, I have like never used NoSQL in my job. I mean, someone feel free to disagree with me. But yeah, no, I've been a data analyst for a couple of years, and I've like never interacted with NoSQL data sets. Like, and man, yeah, like people talk about NoSQL a lot, but like I don't know. At the end of the day, most corporate data, or I don't know about most corporate data, but a lot of corporate data is still stuck in like relational databases. So like, I don't know. I mean, just knowing SQL should be good enough at least to get started. Oh, cool. I answered you. Okay, cool. I pronounced your name correctly. Awesome. I like the drunk Paco video too. Nice, nice. John King, thoughts on the M16 after a month? It's okay. At the end of the day, I think given the price I paid for it, I got a good deal. I paid like with tax $1,300. For anyone that's wondering, when he says the M16, he's talking about my laptop. It's the Asus the ROG M16, which I keep saying is a very dumb name because the M16 is also the name of like an assault rifle. It's the one that the U.S. military uses. Um, so yes. Glenn Gonzalez. Hey Shashank, did you immigrate from India or were you U.S. born? So my parents immigrated from India. I was born in the U.S. in Oklahoma City. So why do you think software engineers are paid more than data and DNA roles? I think it just comes down to who's needed more. At the end of the day, a company will be perfectly fine if they're not analyzing their data all the time and they have a small number of data analysts. But fewer and fewer companies can get away with not having software engineers. So I think software engineers are paid more. I think just purely because of supply and demand. And I think that's more than okay. I want to say at the end of the day, like a software engineer's work is more important to most companies than a data analyst's work is. That being said, data analytics still pays quite well. That's definitely something I do want to. Yo, I low key thought you got a gun. Yeah. No. It's a really, really dumb name for a laptop. I hate the name of the laptop. But what's your favorite movie? Limitless. Easy. Michelle. Michael? Could you like phonetically spell out your name for my dumb American brain? Hi, great to see you again. Do you think that Power BI hype will continue for next like 5 to 10 years? I feel like even marketing and salespeople without data background are getting into it. 10 years, I'm not sure. 5 years, yeah, I think so. I think Power BI will continue to be useful for at least will continue to be a sought out skill for at least 5 more years. Um, I could 100% see Power BI, Tableau, these like BI tools becoming like Excel and stuff in the future, where it's kind of just expected you know it. Um, I can see that happening over the next 10 years. Over the next 5 years, I think you're still good, but I'm not too confident for the next 10 years. So I will say to anyone in this live stream, you probably will not be able to hang your cap on on BI tool skills in 10 years. So, yes, Harsha, thank you so much. Like and subscribe as a growing data analyst. We need some guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, for anyone that, Michael is fine. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. So anyone who, yeah, make sure you like subscribe to the channel, like this, comment. All these like metrics are really great for helping me out, grow the channel. I'll actually show you guys subscriber growth, a little bit later in one of my videos, and then maybe even like revenue if anyone's interested in that. Shout out from OKC. Nice. Yeah, I was born in Oklahoma City, so great to see you. Great to see some people from there. Is MATLAB and Octave important for data science? MATLAB, nah, I don't think so. I've never seen anyone use it. Same thing with Octave. Like my understanding is that it's very much like an academics tool. Sorry, Bhargav. I saw you post the question a couple of times. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to answering questions. How to learn SAS? You don't learn SAS. Where are we? Yes, my YouTube channel is monetized, by the way. Yes. A vlog could disrupt the monotony of your live streams and tutorial videos. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's actually yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. I think that's definitely not a bad way to do it. Khalid Najam, I'll be passing out in 22, and I've been trying to get into the industry. Try LinkedIn. So Khalid, I think that you're going about it the right way. I would recommend finding someone who already has a job. Does my resume like match the format and stuff of their resume? If you're not getting interviews, then that's where I would start. Grow with Somung Shu. How to get practical experience for data science. We have Kaggle, but what else? I always say government websites are a tremendous way to do it. After the Freedom of Information Act was passed in the U.S., it was really easy for people to just like have the government give them a bunch of data, and we have data.gov. So in the U.S., we can go to data.gov, and there's just a bunch of like free data over here that you can use for all kinds of like analysis. So I highly recommend using that. Ivan, in my previous position, we tracked individuals. Nice, nice. Telecommunications, good stuff. Which university is good and affordable for masters in data science in the USA? UT. That is a very specific question. I can answer that. UT charges 10,000 US dollars for their program, which is a steal for an education from one of the best universities in the world. So UT stands for University of Texas at Austin. Yes, you are right, Surya. I honestly I haven't paid much attention. So Surya Prakash was talking about the links in my personal website are like interchanged between like GitHub and LinkedIn. Yeah, I do need to work on my personal website. I've honestly spent like zero time on it. But you're right, I definitely do need to do something about it. Chris Kennedy, what do you look for in a SQL problem to determine if a subquery will be needed? I'm on week 6 of learning SQL and getting hung up on those things. So usually for me, so I would say two things, right? I would say one thing that's very important to remember that your code will be read a lot more than it'll be written. And so when I start seeing, when I think it's important to conceptually break apart different aspects of a query, that's when I use a subquery. So for example, like I use subqueries to break out different steps in a query. That way when someone reads it, they can see the different like conceptual steps I go through. Oh, Abhishek, I believe I answered your question on calculus. Hamad Khalid. Thank you so much, Hamad Khalid. Levente Kalmar. I'm a third year math student in Scotland and have just started applying for a couple of internships. Do you think it's worth applying for internships or just trainee analyst position instead? Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So Levente, could you tell me the difference between these two things? To me, an internship sounds like a trainee program. All right, so where are we? Oh, hey, Francis, great to see you again. Oh, Yeshwant, great to see you. Have you ever used Pentaho? I'm not aware of what that is. Can we do any job in the USA for live in there with no experience? I'm guessing you're talking about an H-1B program. Usually H-1B students have a hard time coming in with no experience or a master's degree. Some people get in with like, their bachelor's degree, but it's a fight to get those visas. How can someone who is self-learning data science mostly from YouTube not get distracted by the huge amount of knowledge available and just focus on the skills needed to become a data scientist? I would say take a step back and then watch a couple of videos on like how to become a data scientist and look at the skills necessary, write that down, and create your own course syllabus. And then only look at videos that follow your course syllabus and make sure to apply the skills as you learn them. That's what I would do. Hello. Okay, so Mihilarist Soap. Um, Hello, Shashank. Firstly, congrats on your content. Thank you so much. Keep it up. I study statistics. How accessible do you think the road to data scientist is with me? I think if you learn to program in R or Python, it's very, very accessible. Statisticians are, uh, Gianni. I just accepted a lucrative position as a data quality analyst position. I have a CS degree. Any tips for preparing? I start Monday. I have SQL experience. Nice. Well, congratulations, Gianni. Any tips for preparing? The advice I always give people is when you go to your first job, go meet as many people as you can, and ask people. Find a nice way to ask them what's the biggest problem you have at this company that hasn't been solved yet. And just like make sure you casually ask them. Make sure that you don't ask them in a way that's like, oh, I'm going to go solve this tomorrow, because then people kind of expect you to do it. Um, excuse me. And so, oh, I love pizza too. And so I would recommend going and asking people that. That's what I think is the best advice I would give. Of course, thank you so much, Jet Jet. Do we need to know data structures and algorithms? You should know some. At the end of the day, as a data scientist, you'll be writing some software, and like your software like does need to be efficient. So I'd say like some algorithms and data structures for sure. You know, that's like the fundamentals of how you manipulate data in coding language. Florenzi, I just got accepted into a training program here in Sweden. Your channel was a big help. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. I love hearing those types of things. Vatsal Raval, I honestly have no idea. Google says it will, but honestly, I have no idea. Hello, sir. Book recommend for machine learning? Yes, I have a course. I wouldn't call it a course. I have a series where I go over the first couple of chapters. Oh, whoops. Where I go over the first couple of chapters of hands-on machine learning with scikit-learn, Keras, and TensorFlow, version two, and I highly recommend that book. That book's a great book. Yeah, Saeed, I kind of skip around all over the place, but I'll go back to those questions. I always have to check the bottom of the chat to make sure I'm keeping up with what people are saying. Awesome. Thank you so much, Raj. Where were we? All right, guys. I have another 4-ish minutes before I have to go. Uh, Sorry, I was just trying to see if I had any messages I needed to take care of. Uh, let's see. Dinesh Reddy, SQL and Python. I have the videos on my YouTube channel. SQL for 1 hour and Python. I have a 3-hour course on it. Where? Okay. So Levente, I didn't see a response from you where I asked for. Oh, Shreyas Sridharan. Hey, do we need any prerequisite knowledge before kickstarting your machine learning series? Yes, I would recommend you take my Python course and you know Python prior. Outside of that, you shouldn't have to know anything. Oh, so yes, Saeed. Okay, so what is the scope for a fresher like me in data? So when you say scope, could you rephrase your question? What do you mean by scope? Are you talking about like what are the responsibilities? Do you know any good Python practice websites? HackerRank and do some leak code. Some leak code is good to know, I think, because it'll just teach you like these like small like efficiencies in your code. But HackerRank is good. Bill Gow. No, I'm with you there. So for the job I have currently, as a like I work full time at Nordstrom, I sent in over 80 applications. It was approximately 100 applications. So sometimes it's just a numbers game, honestly. But I feel you. It is definitely a difficult one out there. So sorry. Oh, JMHR19. I'm a mechatronics engineer. Nice, smart guy here, or smart person here. Don't know if you're a guy or a girl, um, or identify as something else. Let's see. I am a mechatronics engineer and got my first job as an SAP consultant programmer. I just quit as I didn't like it at all. Now I'm focusing on learning DS. Do you think experience is relevant? I think I think as an SAP consultant programmer, you obviously are a highly technical person. If I were you, I would really like dig into that experience in my in your resume. That's what I would do if I were you. And I think Francis over here answered Saeed's question perfectly. Best books on applied deep learning. I'm actually not too sure. So, I mean, this book over here has TensorFlow, which is all about deep learning. I haven't read any books on that myself, but I did take the Google TensorFlow certification, which goes over like a bunch of this content. All right, guys. Any last questions? I am about to head out. 10:50 over here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Make sure you like the video. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, make sure you like the video. I see we have just a couple of likes over here, but we have 31 people watching. So make sure you like this video. That way we can do more of these in the future. But thank you guys so much for joining. I'm trying to see if there's any like last question I can quickly answer. Thank you so much, Psyche. Let's see. SGST, us SQL queries with multiple tables to join. Wait, Psyche, could you expand on this a little bit? I'm not. Suggest SQL queries with multiple tables to join. Okay. Go to my SQL course, and I have a couple of examples over there. Of course, Palestine, thank you so much for not only coming here every time, but also like telling people to like the videos. I'm very very thankful that you do that because I forget sometimes too. SAP UI5 consultant, nice, smart person here, smart person here. So, Psyche, I hope I answered your question over here. My video over here has like videos, has information on that. And thank you, Francis, and thank you so much for helping out and answer these questions I can't catch up to. At the end of the day, that's the whole point of these live streams. It's to help people get their questions answered. And Francis, you're doing good work by rapidly answering questions I can't get to. All right, guys, it is time for me to head out writing optimized queries. Yeah, I go over that in my SQL course. Outside of that, I would recommend filter out as much data as you can as early as possible. That is the fastest way to like get performance gains on your queries, and start learning about how the optimizer for your specific SQL engine works and how you can work with it the best. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.